inside. Yes, Mickey, with less than a 16th to go. What the Hill, a short lead. Lindy the Great to the inside. Yes, Mickey, coming to the wire. It's What the Hill, and David Miller winning the
pocket sitter. Turned first over attacker What the Hill. In behind them, Dover Dan from in third. International Money still got work to do. They're in deep stretch, and here comes What the Hill. And Miller on the outside. What the Hill converting off the pocket trip to win the Canadian Trotting Classic. He won it by 3 going away. It's What the Hill.
Third, 3/4, 1:24 into the stretch. Looks like a Chippendale appears to be on the verge. Crazy Wild trying to fend him off. Room at the rail for What the Hill. He's raging late. And in heavy traffic is Pinkman on the far outside. Dason trying to close in. But off the rail comes What the Hill, the 3-year-old. What the Hill to seal his division. What the Hill. Then Dason. And then it was Pinkman third and Mambo Lindy fourth. What the Hill in 1:51.
Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking Trotters for What the Hill, back for another week, and I really appreciate everyone tuning in and watching the show. So please get involved. Big show tonight. Of course, Inter Dominion week started last week at the Creek. Chris Lang will be joining me after the brilliant win of Ollivici very, very shortly. Plus, I will also be getting Juanita Breen. She'll be coming on after her great win with the other day with Golden Sunset. Sorry, I'll just, oh, that's why, because it doesn't want to click into, I'm not sure what's going on here. Got an issue with the phone. We'll fix that one up in a minute. But thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, this show always brought to you by What the Hill, and What the Hill stands for $7,000 in NZ and $7,700 in Australia. The winner of 12 wins, 1.35 million in stakes and 12 placings. Don't forget to get in touch with the team. You can get in touch with Mark Hughes at woodlandstud.co.nz, or you can get in touch with the whole team at woodlandstud.co.nz. So that's the best way to get in touch with everyone going through for there. So that is always good. Of course, son of What the Hills won at Akaroa. Beautiful part of the world. If you haven't been to New Zealand, make sure you get there. This is a hill too many out in front, but this is raced at the Banks Peninsula or the Mochikorara, but Akaroa is just up the road, about 20 minutes up the road, and it's a beautiful part of the world. This is a grass track, and this is a hill too many in action here. Yep, right now I'm okay now. He's out in front. Blair Orange in the cart in the Ken Barron colours. He's raced by the K Club Syndicate. They bred the horse as well. I presume there could be some chance that that's raced by Ken Barron. So 12 starts for 2 wins, 2 seconds and a third, and he's done a terrific job here, just hands and heels for Blair Orange, the master, if you like, with these horses, and yeah, done a terrific job. Goes home in 60.7, which is pretty good trotting on the grass, and he's actually in the Derby fields. I'll touch on those a little bit later on for the big meeting coming up, the Grand Prix meeting this weekend. So yeah, please, if you are watching and you are enjoying the show, make sure you get in. I can't listen to them, make sure the audio is working. I'm presuming it's all working, so I have to just take it as it is, because I can't do nothing about it at the minute, but that's okay. What I will do, we will get Chris Lang, actually. I think that's how it'll work. No, that just doesn't want to work, that other phone. Normally I can keep control of it through there. I might just double check it with this one. Yep, we're all good. That's fine. So please get involved in the show and talk Trotters via the Facebook comments section, or the you can also get in type it in through YouTube. And I'll be able to read those comments out, because it's been a pretty big week in trotting as well. So hopefully plenty of people are watching, and we can go from there. Sean Smith, Tony Harvey, thank you to you guys for tuning in. We'll get Chris Lang, hopefully, on the phone.
Ollie.
Chris, how are you, mate? Thank you for joining me.
Oh, that's all right. Pleasure to be here.
I bet it is in Queensland. Firstly, how is the weather, mate?
It's pretty tough up here. It's about 28 degrees every day, and I think it gets down to 21 overnight or something. It's a little bit humid, if I'm being honest, but we are coping.
You've got to be careful because one person just tuned in just then, right on cue, Sonia Ma. So she's just tuned in straight away. It's a little bit.
Yeah. No, in that case, Paul, I'm working hard.
She was meant to take this phone call. She didn't take it. That was a breakdown in communication,
Yes,
wasn't it?
Right. I won't forget that.
Just a quick one before we get on to Ollivici. The conditions the other night, like you say about the weather, that looked extremely overnight at Albion Park from afar. The track just looked to be changed so much right through the night.
Yeah, well, it probably looked a bit worse on camera.
Yep.
It rained a bit of in Ollivicis, but it wasn't that bad. But it got worse, obviously, for the third and fourth races, and it was torrential. But the track held up pretty good. I mean, I never went out again until about race 8. So the track held up pretty good, and it probably looked worse on the screen than it did. It actually was on track, even though it could have got wild, but it didn't really.
It looked very muddy. The water looked very murky. A little bit of old school sort of tracks, if you like.
Yeah, well, I think there's a bit of stone dust there, the grey sand, whatever, and that makes it look bad. But like I say, I was out there sort of before it started, and then it had stopped for an hour or so before I went back out on Bullion Harry, and the track was in good order when we went out there for Bullion Harry.
Yeah. We'll get to Bullion Harry in a second, but firstly, congratulations on the win with Ollivici, mate. Great win.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. No, it was a good race to win, obviously, and I mean, I know he was in it, from the start, but just a little bit of luck in running sort of made it very simple, really.
Yeah, well, it did. I've just got the video going now. You've just gone past you're probably about 500 from home. He's got a beautiful floating action. You look to have plenty left. I suppose you're just hoping that John did kick and give you plenty of time to get past him up the straight.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when you're behind the leader and the leader's the hard one to beat, you sort of, the death horse, Funky Monkey, I think it was, he'd worked pretty hard early and in the death after that. So he looked to be struggling a bit. So probably the biggest decision there was, well, do you pull out or do you wait for the sprint lane? And I was glad to get him out, just prior to the sprint lane come down the outside. Yeah,
and he looked to be travelling. He looked to do it pretty easy, although you did give him a little reminder about 50 from line.
Yeah, I never actually took the whip out from under my arm, so that was something. But he can be a bit lazy, and I just give him a bit of a hit on the bum with the reins, just to make a good thing of it. So he took a little while to get there, I suppose, but then closer we got to the line, the easier he was doing it.
Chris, he's a brilliant trotter. He's had 31 starts now for 14 wins. There was a stage where he had a massive hype on him, and he's probably just lost that little bit of a gloss through no fault of his own. He hasn't put a bad run or anything else like that. Something tells me you probably don't mind that part of it, that part. But he's just such a super consistent horse all round.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's been terrific. Unfortunately, he had a paddock accident as a young horse. I don't know whether he was 2 or he must have just been early 2-year-old, which, his sort of career was a little bit up in the air then. But he's been able to come back from that. So he's started, behind the 8 ball early days, and he slowly worked his way up. We had little issues along the way as a 3-year-old. He had a quarter crack, and I think his leg sort of had scarring tissue, which, the more he stretched it, it would, affect him a little bit in his gait. So he didn't go as good as a 3-year-old that I thought he might. He come back as a 4-year-old, and I think he strung about 6 together and was going really good. And we got a little bit excited, and maybe we overstated him a little bit, which is why he had such a big rap. But then we first up, I think in December about a year ago, I think it was now. He beat I'm Ready Jet at Geelong one night.
Yep.
Was a good run, and a week or 10 days later was the Maori Mile, and I drew 8 that day. But we actually got a pretty good run. But he only ran 5th, and I was a bit disappointed. He pulled up with a bit of a virus. The blood wasn't correct, and I made a mistake then because I tried to patch up, because obviously not obviously, but the Southern Star was coming up. All those good races in Melbourne, were coming up over the next sort of 2 months, 10 weeks, whatever. And we just did the patch up, and he ran 3rd or, in a couple of Group 1s, I think, but he wasn't up to it. And finally, I think I made the decision to scratch from the inner and turned him out for a couple of months. And whatever, he come back, and he's been a lot better since he's been back, and he's slowly building up, I'm hoping, to his best.
Yeah, and you're right. That's the Aurora Australis. I think there's $630,000 worth of stake money available for the fast class trotters for about a 6-week period, and it must be so hard when you've got a horse that is like, you're not making up the numbers in those fields. If he's right, you're at the pointy end of the conversation with them. So it must be so hard to see that prize money there but then just say, right, we just got to stop now and that's it.
Yeah, no, it is, Paul. There's a good group of owners involved with him, so it's good that you get their support, but it is a tough decision. And like I say, I think I should have made that decision a lot earlier, and it would have been better in the longer run for the horse. But now everything seems good. He's come up here, and he's never travelled before. We bought him as a yearling in New Zealand, and he's been in our stable ever since. So he's never done much other than sort of go to Melton, basically. And a few of the country tracks down there. But so when you travel them this far, because it's a long way up here, as everyone would understand, but you can't know how they're going to handle the trip. But he seems to have handled it very well. Like I say, the winning on first night was a bonus for us, where they had the 3 heats. So I'm expecting that he should be sharper for the final, all going well, and we get there. And like today, he seems to be jumping out of his skin still. So we're hoping that we can get a bit of luck again tomorrow night.
And since you brought him back, did just hang on one sec. He's won 3, 2 seconds and 2 thirds from those 7 starts. And again in real good company, including Inter Dominion heats. So I think he's doing he's done an awesome job. And I don't think you mind flying under the radar.
No, I mean, I don't mind. If I had a choice, I'd like to be on Just Believe, to be quite honest. But I don't mind. I mean, he's got to be a bit of an opportunist up here, So we're going to need a few things go our way to get amongst it, which is why we're quite happy to already have a heat win under our belt now. But like I say, you mentioned earlier, he's only had the 31 starts over, a 2-year period or more. So he's still maturing, and I think that with this trip under his belt, we get back down there to Melbourne in good order. Well, then I think he should be, with a little bit of a let up, he should be stronger, cover in the coming months.
Do you target those races again? Is that an option for you, or do you have to select which ones after going through an Inter-Dominion campaign, or is that all up in the air until the end of this campaign?
Yeah, that's right, Paul. I mean, the horse is ultimately the one you've got to look after, as we sort of mentioned earlier. If they're not right at the pointy end of the stick, then you're not a factor. So if he gets through this series good and he gets home in good nick, I mean, obviously we want to target the Southern Star. So if all's going well, it's probably would end up being his next start, I would imagine, in the Southern Star heat. So. But, as we keep saying, if the horse is right, well, then we'll do it. And if he needs more time, well, then I suppose we'll have to make the tough decision yet again and wait again a little bit longer. But, for all intents and purposes at this point in time, it looks like he'll be in the Southern Star after here. You've
just deflated Eric Hendricks. He's on there because Friday night is the Lang Dynasty All Trotters night at Bendigo too. And so we want to make sure people are aware that you can't be there, and I won't be there either, but we want people who are aware of that. But of course, the Aldebaran Park Murray Mile is a time-honoured race, but it'll just come around a bit too quick for him, mate, Gavin.
I think so, yeah. By the time we get home, I think it'd be just asking a little bit too much. We're better to bypass one early and hopefully have him in good nick, because as you said, there's a 6-week period there where all those races keep coming up. So it'd be nice to be able to snare one of them somewhere along the line.
That's the Aurora Australis, and you can check that out on Harness Racing Victoria, especially a lot of the guys up there in Queensland. They want to be aware of it. They might want to come down. You didn't draw very well, Chris, this week, but Brian Hancock, Mr. Inter-Dominion, always said that once you get the runs on the board, it's it makes your driving for the next couple of heats a lot easier. That must be a bit comforting to know that you've got the win there.
Yeah, it does. Like it was really, it was just such a good result, because, like you say, it just pressures off in a lot of ways. I mean, we still want to go well, and I wouldn't mind winning another heat. But anyway, from the outside of the front, obviously Queen Alida has drawn 3. Adele went pretty good the other night. It's drawn the pole, drawn to get a good trip. We've got good old Constantinople's off the second line there. Maori Law's drawn 8, so he may be still on the way up. It won't be easy from 7, but if I get a bit of luck in running, I think he'll be up amongst it. Probably can't win, but bit of luck in running, I'm hoping I'll be, up amongst the placings.
And then hopefully get a better draw for the longer trip, and you can assess from there. Nellie Melba said good luck. Tyler Dew said hello. And then we have UK Skewbald from Harness Racing. They're in England. And, we're all good. Hopefully you're well as well. So, and I'll get to another long one in a second. The other bloke, his name just escaped me just there for a sec, but he was...
Bullion Harry,
Yeah, there he is, just drawn 5. Bullion Harry. I got the computer in front of me. I make myself sound like I'm smart, but then I can't find the horse. You would have been very happy with his heat, I would imagine, because it did look a lot wetter. And of course, chasing home a horse like Just Believe, but he found the line quite good.
Yeah, he did, Paul. He pulled up a bit fat, actually. He's had his little soundness issues. Poor old Harry, that's Bullion Harry, of course, because we don't want to get confused with the Harrys. But,
they're everywhere.
There's bloody a few of them up here. So he's had little soundness issues virtually his whole life, and he's gone into that race without a run for about 6 weeks, and he went well. He pulled up a bit fat, so I'm expecting him to improve. He's got a bit of an awkward draw there with... Plymouth Chubb went super the other night, and Fahrenheit's drawn the pole, so I don't think we're going to get an easy trip there, but I'll be suggesting to Mr. Sugars that perhaps he should come round the field very quickly with that just the and give those 4 guys out there some cover, but I don't know whether he listens to me. He used to once, but I don't know whether he does anymore.
He listens to me, so he'll get the message. He'll be sitting back listening to it somewhere quietly right now, no doubt. Just relaxing, because he's working so hard up there, that's for sure. He's done a great job. He's done a great job, this little horse. He's had 42 starts and 12 wins, 180,000 in stakes, or just shy, to be brutally honest, 178,000. Done a ripping job for Connections, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's a great-natured animal, and just as honest as the day is long. And he's one that flies under the radar. Every week seems to. So he's got his work cut out from him there. But like I say, he should be on the improve through the series.
Chris, you said about it being a long trip there. Unfortunately, you had a mechanical issue that cost you an extra day to get there, but I don't know where I heard it, was a little bit. You think that it may have, might have been a bit of a blessing in disguise for the boys?
Yeah, basically, we left early Sunday morning after the Breeders' Crown heats down there about 6 a.m. Trotting trainers never rest.
Yep.
And we got to Peter Morris's property at Menangle by about 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon, after taking them off for half an hour or so in Gundagai.
Yep.
So that was an easy trip. We stayed there Monday, worked them around Menangle on Monday, and then very early in the morning to meet the Sydney traffic at about 3:45, we left for the trek north to Brisbane, which is a big day. We got through Newcastle easy. We took them off somewhere for about 20 minutes, and then we got to Coffs Harbour. Again, I lose track of days and time, but, that was still morning. And we spent an hour at the Coffs Harbour showgrounds, all going well. We got them back on board because only about, I think, 4 hours from Coffs Harbour up to where we're staying. And only about halfway between Coffs and Grafton, the car sort of just stopped, and it's not that old a car. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. So, we ring the NRMA or whatever, and I said to Mr. Scotty Henderson, my travelling foreman, what are we going to do? And we didn't know trotting people up around that area. So we looked and we thought, well, there's a galloping club in Coffs Harbour and there's also one at Grafton. And I said to Scotty, well, we don't want to go back south. We got to keep heading north if we can, So we rang the Grafton Race Club and we got put on to the CEO, which is Mr. Michael Beattie, who, unbeknownst to me at the time, was Mr. Michael Beattie, but he's former chief steward from Harness Racing New South Wales. And he basically just said, yep, I'll be down there as quick as I can. And he arrived at the same time the NRMA mechanic arrived, which was within about 1 hour. He hooked the float up. The car went back south to Coffs Harbour, and it's still there as we speak, and I don't know what's happened. But we got Scott Miller from, Shannon Price camp. He, unfortunately for him, answered my phone call, and he said, I'll come down and get you. And I felt guilty accepting his kind offer, but I said, thank you very much. So he got there, 3.5 hour drive down. We loaded the horses up after Michael had taken them to very good yards in Grafton, where they were having a good pick of grass for about 4 hours till Scotty turned up, and we ended up at about 9 o'clock on Tuesday night at the stables, when we probably should have got there by about 4 o'clock. So all in all, the horses thought it was better because they had an extra 4 hour, stopover in Grafton, basically. So,
and by the way, the pair of them performed, it didn't affect them.
No, I honestly think, they didn't care or realise that the car had broken down. It was me that was pulling my hair out. But so they literally had already had an hour off the float in Coffs Harbour. They had to stand on the float for about an hour on the side of the road, but then within half an hour they were in Grafton and walking around a yard, within about, I'll say, 3 hours of leaving Coffs Harbour. So that's not a long time. And then they had their 4 hour stop over there before they went the last 3.5 odd hours into Brisbane. So
it's a magic. It is a magic part of the world. I imagine at some point in time you probably relax and were able to have a little bit of a look around.
Yeah, I'd love to, actually. My younger brother wants to go and live in Grafton, so it's funny that I spent a bit of time there. But yeah, it was good. Michael Beattie couldn't have been more helpful. He was there just almost immediately and took him straight to these lovely yards. So we were lucky that Mike come and saved the horses and us, and then Scotty Miller, he made the tough trip down from bloody Brisbane and then turned around and went back. So that was good. We got saved by a man in a Silverado.
Very, very good. Are you staying with Shannon and that?
Yes, we are. We're there. Well, Greg Sugars is there with Just Believe and whatever his pace is called, and David Thorne from Sydney's there as well. So we're all getting on there quite well, so it's quite interesting.
As you said, you're working very hard because Sonia is watching, so you just got to remember that, mate. You're working extremely hard as well.
Exactly. So. No, Shannon couldn't do without me there at present, I can assure you. and I think I'm covering for Greg Sugars a bit as well, to tell you the truth. So hopefully no one from that camp's listening.
No, well, Greg, they won the Stall Cup yesterday. There's no need him coming back. They can do it all without him. So yeah that's right. So
no, we were very happy to see one overall win the Stall Cup yesterday, because Greg actually took us out for Chinese last night and paid, so we were very impressed.
Wow.
So, there you go. We found time in our busy schedule to fit in a dinner, so.
Yeah, I won't shelf where you're off to right now. I'll leave you alone for that part.
Yeah, right.
Mate, congratulations, well done. Hopefully you can get another heat win or another 2 would be even nicer for you as well, but make the final. But yeah, congratulations, mate. Great effort, and I look forward. I'll be up there for the final, so I'll catch up with you on the final. But congratulations to you and the team, and well done to the Grafton Turf Club, the prices, everyone else behind the scenes as well. Make sure you get there. I think that's one of the great things. We keep underselling this industry. We wonder sometimes why we do it, Chris, and then you meet people that'll drive 3.5 hours just to pick you up and look after you. So it's pretty awesome, that part.
No, it is. It was very much appreciated and was above and beyond the call. So, yep, very good.
Mate, thank you. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Good on you, Paulie. See you later.
Thank you very much. Chris Lang there after the win of Ollivici in the first of the Inter-Dominion heats the other day, and he was terrific. I actually wondered one question I did want to ask him, a little thing that's probably flown under the radar for a few people, that Ollivici, who stands at harass to Trotters, have I got that tile here? That one there, I reckon. No, he is no longer on the list. That's right, he came off, but he was standing there. He actually had 3 horses in it. 2 of those won, Just Believe, of course, being the other horse, and then Adele is the third of those horses, and she ran third. So he was represented with 3 runners. 2 of those won, and the other run third. So done an awesome job there, Ollivici, and it was one of those questions. But I could talk to Chris forever, and he is going out for dinner tonight, so I didn't want to upset him. And I must say Sonia Marr as well, because they are a partnership. He did, tongue-in-cheek, did say to me that he tends not to answer the phone the first couple of times. I did try him a few times because that way then it's a bit easier. If Sonia can answer the phone, he thinks. So, yeah. Hi, Paul. Great watching all the trotting races this weekend. Just a bit worried about Queen Alida and her last 2 starts as led and ran down. No doubting her champion credentials. Hope all her long season's not starting to take its toll, but no doubting Brent Lilly and Puppet's attitude. I did speak to Chris the other day. She definitely wasn't right. Anyone that was able to watch her, Joe Pace, hello to you, was able to watch her. Actually, she was a little bit pacey going up to the gate. She trotted all the way, but she did get a little bit pacey from time to time. So, yeah, she's definitely not quite right. Hopefully she'll settle down. It's been probably, she has travelled because she's from New Zealand. So, yeah, I'm a bit superstitious. I saw the colour change. She's racing in the Ladbrokes colours. I have nothing wrong with that, but I don't know if I'd have changed the colours. There's a question. Let me tell you. Let me see if you guys would have changed the colours. Eric Hendricks has just mentioned there before as well, with Friday night being the Lang All Trotters night as well. They are short on noms, so if you're looking to run a trotter, make sure you get involved. Not sure what happened there before. I might have just double clicked. It's not staying. I don't know what's going on there. Something's going wrong with my second computer screen, unfortunately. I'll have to have a look at that. I haven't got a chance to tonight. But yeah, for some reason, it's not catching. Oh, sorry, didn't realise that. For some reason, it's not catching the screen. I don't know why. So anyway, Bendigo noms, as I said, I can't bring that up just yet. But yeah, Bendigo noms are a little bit light. So if you're looking for their next year enters, where are they going to be held? Dave Painting, hello to you. I don't know the answer to that, Joe. Not sure. I'm not sure exactly what is going on there with that. I'm a bit frustrated by this computer screen actually not working. It should. Nothing has changed, but for some reason it's decided not to work. But I'm just going to give it one more quick try. Aha, mustn't have been quite plugged in properly. So, yep. So we'll be able to bring those up as they come along. I'll try and get those Bendigo fields up before we go. While I'm on the Inter-Dominion, before we get to talking to Juanita Breen, and of course she had a great win the other day. We'll bring up firstly the video of Plymouth Chubb. He is 3 back the fence. Out in front, of course, is Queen Alida. Sugar and Spice behind the leader for Pete McMullen's about to jump it off stride. Adele outside the leader there for Jack Butler and Nathan Dawson in the cart. And you'll just see here Sugar and Spice just jumps it off. And then Plymouth Chubb, it just seemed to spark him right up. He just charges through, gets a beautiful run once he gets to the outside, and just savages the line. Terrific. I mean, he was a second and a bit slower than Ollivici's time, but the track, as Chris said, did deteriorate quite considerably. And he just running away and just looked terrific. So great to see. I think it was a very, very popular win for the 4-year-old. Joe Pace is on there. It was a lot spoken about that draft of 4-year-olds. Harry Stamper, Plymouth Chubb, the horse of Chris Lang's, the stride horse whose name's just escaped me, and I know what's her name's on there, Alex Hurley. Should like getting called Elizabeth Hurley, and Cravache Dior. Those 4-year-olds as 3-year-olds were just dynamic, and great to see Plymouth Chubb stepping up. Joe Pace with Harry Stamper, that might be why he's looking to see where it's going to be run next year. I think it might be back in Queensland, Joe, but not convinced on that. And then, of course, the other 2 horses, I would imagine, are coming back. I could have asked Chris about him as well as we were going. And then, of course, Just Believe got the job done, worked his way to the front. The son of Ollivici is a 7-year-old now, but he was able to find his way to the top. Courage Stride, thank you, Alex, and beat Sir Fahrenheit. And Funny Face Sir Fahrenheit gave a great show for Darren Garrard. And Funny Face Jack Butler, 2 runners in the trotting heats for 2/3. He would have been wrapped with that, chasing home a horse like him. And then you can see up the inside, Bullion Harry finding the line. Terrific. Really, really good runs. I will show you, I will go back to Cravache Dior. Yep, thanks, Mark. Great. What has happened to him? I think he's coming back, Mark. He's had a few issues, but he is back in work, Mark. And last I heard, he's back in work and coming back as well. So, yeah, Courage Stride, Harry Stamper, and Plymouth Chubb, great to see. Just this race again, I'll just put it on. Have a look at the horse Last. Now, we spoke last week, Darren Clayton, on Loose Lines, and he's a head scratcher, this horse. He's looked like he could win a few races. His name is Gus. He's just getting his out 3 deep. They're getting around Grant Forest. It's going to be 5 and 6 deep. Just finds the line terrific. He's not going to win the Inter-Dominion or anything along those lines, but I just love it when, obviously, Chantel elected to take the drive, and she drove him like a trotter and got him around and just wanted to do the right thing by the horse. And I reckon she would have been so wrapped in the way that Gus was able to find the line. His horse with a little bit of ability, but he can be a little bit of an enigma. So he's won 5 from 13. He's lightly raced. 13 starts. He's taken on an Inter-Dominion field, but he's got plenty of ability, but he can just jump it off when he wants to. And I reckon they'd be wrapped in that. You go into these races, you always want to win heats and finals. He was $101, but just a nice little eye-catching run, and hopefully he can continue to do that right through for Pete and Chantel, and give them a great sight with the Inter-Dominion. Let me know if you've enjoyed the Inter-Dominion. If you guys have, I reckon they're cracking those heats. I think the smaller fields gave everyone a chance as well. We go back, there's only the 2 heats this week while we're on the Inter-Dominion, and now that I know that I can change that, I got things not wanting to work here, there, and everywhere at the minute. That one there, that's why. This is heat number 4, which is the first of the heats on Tuesday night, tomorrow night at 7:11. I don't know how the times work for that. Ashley Haynes, hello for you. But you can see there Adele's drawn the pole. I don't know. She has been an OD horse, so I don't know how Jack's going to feel about that draw. The Best Bourbon, Queen Alida draws 3. Majestic Lavros and Majestic Harry 4 and 5. Funky Monkey showed plenty of gate speed the other night for the $34. And then Ollivici for Chris Lang drawn 7. Mari Law I thought was okay last week. Hatchback didn't look like he enjoyed the track or the conditions. Constantinople was good, although paced across the line, and paced for a few strides actually too, so hopefully they can get that one right. My Ultimate Eddie jumped off stride at the gate, and then Gus, as I said, found the line terrific there the other day for Chantel, and gave a pretty good sight, so I reckon they would have been very, very happy with that, and they're true to form because Chantel's going to keep the drives on this horse right through the series, and Pete's not on there. Pete doesn't have a drive in that race, but he's not driving her as well, so, and I don't think I'd be changing too much. The other of the heats, heat number 6, and this is heat 5, race 6, 7:45. Sir Fahrenheit 1, Plymouth Chubb 2, Jack a Watch 3, Funny Face for Jack Butler in 4, Bullion Harry 5, Van Shank for Shannon Price, looking after everyone too, so well done to you guys. Powder Keggy out in 7, Just Believe inside the second line. I don't think that'd be a great draw for them, but I would imagine they'll just grab hold and go back. Zealous Spur, Mufasa Metro runs second, Gurry is on there, and Call Me Trouble is drawn 11. So the rest of those 2 heats, so they go back to the 2 heats now for the rest of the trotting series. And yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. I am going to be doing Over the Ditch on Loose Lines combined. We'll ring Darren Clayton live from the track. I think those times, if anyone from Queensland is watching, I think those times have been converted to Victoria. No, 5 o'clock. So that'll be 6 o'clock our time, I reckon. They will be going on. Going from there, so yeah, so I would say that'll be the go. I'll just check out this radio. So Eric Hendricks has sent out that we need more noms. 2-year-old trotters. There is only 4 nominated: Star of Patrick, Billy Zippin, I'm a Hero, and Star of Graceland. So that is one of the Lang races. That's the Lang 2-year-old trot. There's only the 4 horses so far, and going from there. Mark Gurry very happy with Majestic, Lavros, Savage, The Line, Matty Clayton, My Ultimate Eddie. Sectionals were good after galloping off the gate last mile, same as the winner. Yep, and yeah, I think it's a little bit off out of character, and you could possibly put a little bit of that down to the wet, I would imagine as well. So yeah, so that'll be 7 past 6. So those heats of the trots will be at 8:11 and 8:45. Small little gap there too, so you'll have to be aware of that as well. So must be a great thrill, Mark Gurry, having horses in the Indian Dominion. But just give me your thoughts on the coverage as well, and how you thought it has all gone. I am going to get my next guest on the phone. Should have probably done something before I got to that, but that's okay, because she has been waiting. So Juanita, hello to you. Whoops, might have gone too early. Are you there, Neats? Now, can you hear me? I can actually hear Juanita. I'm just not sure if she can hear me.
I can.
You can now. Very, very good. Hello.
Hello.
Firstly, welcome to Talking Trotters. You haven't been on this show before, but welcome to Talking Trotters, and congratulations on your win on Saturday night.
Thank you.
It was a great win. It meant a little bit to you. Every time this mare gets a win, you get very happy about her. I know that she can be a little bit of a problem child, and has given you a bit of grief from time to time.
She's been a little bit challenging. She's had some health struggles that have probably been a little bit challenging, and they've taught me I'll probably never use again, but yeah, she has been a bit of a challenge, but you know, I'm just pleased to see her get one in town, because she's had a few placings down there and I thought she deserved it.
Yeah, and well, she's been a terrific horse over the journey. I'm just trying to get her stats up, so as I make myself sound smart. But
I can help you if you like, and she's run top 3 in about 50% of her starts, which is a pretty good effort. And a lot of those have been at a reasonably high level.
Yep, 47 starts, 7 wins, 10 seconds, and 6/3, $82,000 in stakes. And yeah, and probably should have had a few more starts than that over her journey.
Yeah, missed a bit of a 4-year-old season trying to sort out her allergy and asthma issues and her skin, and yeah, it was a bit of a fiasco that year.
What are her issues?
She has an allergy to certain plants and things in the environment, and she has asthma, but that is probably largely comes from her allergy to cladosporium, which is a type of mould which is just found everywhere in the environment. Yeah, so once you get on top of that, it's she's a lot better.
Is it controllable, Neats, or is it the sort of thing that you could go to the races and she goes poorly and you can nearly put it down to that bug?
Look, she's pretty well under control now. She has been on immunotherapy for about 2 years now. We were really lucky. My good friend and vet Anita Burke helped us find an allergy specialist, and he was brilliant. It was hard work, but he was brilliant. And yeah, she went through the testing, and we sort of got to the bottom of it. But it takes time for your immunotherapy to take effect as well. Yeah, and she's going really well on that at the moment.
So you just got to something like either feed or treat her with daily or as you can?
No. It's a vaccination program, just like the way they desensitise kids to peanut allergies and things like that. So he does the allergy testing and then makes the vaccine according to what you need. And to start off with, you give them tiny doses quite frequently, and then it gets out to, it's a couple of meals every 3 weeks.
Wow. That's and so she'll for the rest of her racing life, and I suspect possibly broodmare life, she'll stay on that. But it's just as simple as every 3 weeks, just giving her a top up.
Yeah, look, I don't know whether she'll stay on when she finishes racing. I think the demands of being a performance horse, probably make it a little bit harder for them. I think if she was a paddock puff, she may be off it by now. But certainly, yeah, it stopped us scratching our heads. She just used to spike random temperatures, and I don't know how many times I've scratched her because she'll come in with a temperature and then she'll eat up, and the next morning she's fine, and the blood says there's nothing wrong with her, and you swear she's got a virus or an infection, and that's, in the end, I just said to Anita, this is a crazy idea, but, could she be allergic to something? And she said, don't know, let's find out. So we found out how to find out, and we were right.
That's a cool story, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, well, initially he sort of gave us the old, oh, you need to do an elimination diet. It'll be something she's eating. It's seasonal, blah, blah, blah. And I went, no, it's totally random. It happens all year round. And if anything, it's worse if the weather's bad. And when he found out what she was allergic to, he goes, it's just like thunderstorm asthma.
Yep. So this time of year wouldn't be ideal for her?
Once she's covered by immunotherapy, she's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. Because anyone...
Those things are in the environment everywhere. Like, it's on feed, it's in your bedding, but it's on the grass. It's just part of the environment.
Yeah. So there. One thing she's never done, never trotted bad. She's just got a beautiful action. I got the video up at the minute, Neats, and she's just out in front. She is a gorgeous trotter to watch in her action. She's
a beautiful trotter to drive too.
Yeah.
Has just from day one, we actually broke her in, and just from day one, you spend all your time trying to teach a baby trot a rhythm and that sort of stuff. Just had it. And pretty much most of the Sky Valleys I've had anything to do with have been the same. Very, very good gaited.
And good to deal with.
Well,
she's not.
Mostly.
Yeah, she can be. That's a little bit of the sundown coming out.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole family are a bit hot. I raced her sister Golden Spurs for a little while, and I've done some work with a couple of her other sisters when Billy Morgan's been laid up with his broken foot and things, and they are all a little bit hot because Mum's very hot.
Yeah. She won 5 herself. She's becoming quite a valuable broodmare now, this mare of yours. If you can win, a couple more. Possibly. If you can win another couple in town, you'll have to breed. I
really want to get her to 100,000. I've got a little way to go, but I really want to get her to 100.
13,000. Oh no, 18,000. So yeah, but if she keeps going the way she did on the other night, what is next for her?
She's nominated to go back to a similar race this week.
Yep.
At Melton. I guess I had ambitions of maybe doing that Metro Maiden Vic Bred Mare Series in January, February, just before the Lynn McPherson, but we won't be doing that now.
Because you've won the race, so you're ineligible.
Yeah, we're not a maiden anymore.
Well, that's a good thing and a bad thing. How many trotters do you train, Neats? You do love them, and I know you've got a couple of young ones coming through.
Yeah, I've got 2 in work at the moment and a yearling to break in. So, Yeah, don't actually have a lot of trotters at the moment.
But you do have a soft spot for them. You do enjoy them.
Love them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
would
is
much rather drive a good trotter than a pacer.
Which is strange for a Tassie girl, isn't it?
Well, all I ever wanted to do was learn to drive a trotter, and we were up at Maryborough, and I met Mick Clover, who was probably the unofficial mayor, not long after getting there, and he said, "Oh, is there anything I can do to help you?" And I got a bit cheeky, and I went, "Yeah, you can teach me how to drive one of them trotters," because that was pretty much all he had.
Yep.
And rock up to the trials one Sunday, and yeah, I'm on some trotters. I'm like, I've never sat on one in my life. I used to lurk around, and when I was at Teddy's, I used to lurk around the trotters, but I didn't really get to drive any there. But yeah, Mick certainly gave me an opportunity at the trials, and he had a little trotter called Sweet DJ. I drove her a lot at the races. And that's where it started.
Do you remember your first trotting winner?
Would have been Presenting Arms, who is actually Golden Sunset's uncle. He's a half to her mum.
Right. Did you train him?
Yep.
He's a half. So
He's half to Golden Wahine. Yeah, he's out of Buddha Badar. He's a Keenstone Salute. So he was very, very sane.
The Keenstone Salutes weren't. They definitely had their time. We've got another very passionate trotting person watching. Beck Morris is tuned in as well. So Presenting Arms, he won 7. Did you win all 7?
Yes. Yep. He won a marathon at Cobram off 50. He was a great old horse, but he hit that time when trotters actually started to get a bit quick.
Yep.
And that's probably what he wasn't.
Yep.
But he was point and shoot from the stand. He was a super old horse. I remember he'd never raced in a mobile because he was at the stands, and he had his first start in a mobile at Bendigo one night, and I reckon it was nearly the last race. I think it was a day meeting, but it was nearly dark, and I reckon it might have been wet. and he won, and he paid an absolute $1 squillion. And Matty Gath walks past with a bag of dim sims, and he goes, "This is dinner. I was on you." And he goes, "I knew he'd begin good." And I'm like, "You're brave. It was his first time out."
he just thought he was a good mobile horse. Didn't realise he hadn't had a mobile start before.
No, it was the first one he'd had in his life. It might have been. He didn't have many.
Yep. Do you watch the Inter-Dominion Neats? Do you enjoy the trotters?
Yeah, I love the trotters.
Yep.
And got a soft spot for old Mary Law.
Yeah, he was good the other night. Oh well, he was better than okay, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's pretty hard at his age after that long off to compete at that level. Hopefully he'll improve through the series.
Yeah, it's a good series though. I enjoy it. And there's so many good Victorian trotters down there. But the thing I love the most is how many good Queensland horses there are. There New South Wales horses there as well. Please don't. I'm not selling them guys short. But the Queenslanders they're going good. You know, Jack Butler and the crew are going terrific.
Yeah, it's probably good to see such an even representation from all of the states.
Yep, absolutely. And Beck Morris gives us a wave too, Neats. So yeah, Neats, thank you for joining me. Congratulations with Golden Sunset. Great effort. I know she means a lot to you. I know, luckily you're female, because otherwise you would look a lot more like me, because you would have pulled more hair out than you would have.
It's just her personality. It's nothing other than her personality. She's just she's very fight or flight, and once you come to grips with that and learn to work around it, but you do have to work around it.
Yep, and get it that way. Neats, thank you. Well done. Good luck with her in the future. Which one? In a couple of weeks she might run?
Yeah, I think she'll go this Saturday night. And then there's a mare's race at Bendigo close.
No. Oh, she dropped out. That wasn't me that hung up on her either, so she might ring back. She might not. I'll give her a quick try, because I don't like hanging up on people. Not that I did, but we'll just see if we can get her back. Hopefully we can. Her phone might have gone flat.
Hi, you've called Juanita Breen.
Her phone may have died, so we won't worry too much, but I'll just say thank you very much to Juanita Breen, as I said, winning the other of the feature races at Melton on Saturday night. Just gone. Beck Morris, you're doing a great job too. I should ring you up one day and get you on. The other of the features at Melton on Saturday night was hang on one sec, we'll go this way. Juanita, hello, you're back. She's back, yet I can't hear her. You back?
I am.
Right, you're back. Oh, I know I can't hear you because I turned your volume down. You back now?
Yeah.
Much better. I was just going to say thanks for joining me anyway, but I felt I did laugh. I thought you may not have charged your phone when I rang back and only got the message bank.
It's been sitting on the charger since you said you were going to call. No, I think it just dropped out.
The joys of the local service. It's can be testing, but no, well done. Congratulations, and thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks, Paulie.
Thank you very much, Juanita Breen. She had to sign off properly, see, so that's what it was all about. But yeah, as I started to say, one of the other features on the Saturday night at Melton was the Ken Morton Memorial Trot. Look at the horses. Just got to go back. What I'm going to do, actually go now. No, they're in the same spot, so it doesn't matter. Hammerslaw getting through the middle of them. I started the recording probably a little bit earlier, actually. Both Hammerslaw and Revelstoke were back towards the back of the field, and both were able to get a nice saloon passage through up the inside, going along. Beck Bartley's horse jumped off stride there. Loxley Lover, when looking like he was going to let down and be in the finish. Travel Bug was good out wide, but these two horses got through the middle, and don't think Anthony Butt thought he was going to catch these two horses. You can see he's quite happy just to run up on the back of Aldebaran Keeper, and then he's like, oh, hang on, I've got to get over. And their closing sectionals here, these two horses are just outstanding. They really found the line terrific and did a great job. So they both went terrific. Hammerslaw, he'll keep winning in that class, and Revelstoke, I'd say another win for her. He's not far away. She's doing an awesome job. Through her journey. She runs a lot of placings as well. Only 7. She's had 36 starts, 10 wins, 7 and 5. So she's done an awesome job. How good was Plymouth Chubb? 27.9 last quarter on a very wet track. Inconvenience around the home turn. And I don't know if you were there, Mark. It just looked like when that inconvenience happened, it was like Fatty, as they call him, decided, well, I'm just going to have a crack here, and he just savaged the line, and it's just so good to see. We were talking about that before, about good to see one of these 4-year-olds back at the highest grade. Harry Stamper's been back, actually, I shouldn't say that, 2 of them, and hopefully we can get a few more of them coming back and into those good races. Hello, Carol Bass. Not sure if you're up in Queensland or not. You were in New Zealand, and I didn't see her, and of all the places I saw Carol was at Riccarton races on a Wednesday, but I didn't get to see her any other time, so hopefully she's well, and she will be up there as well going forward. I will stay on Victoria. I'm going to go to New Zealand, sorry, in a second, but I'm just going to go to the Stall Trotters Cup. Yesterday I did try to get Kylie Sugars. You can see the horse. It's the widest horse going past the 400 metre mark there. It's 4 wide and 1 overall. Kylie Sugars still had a long way to go to make up the ground on Double Helix in front. But yeah, he's a beautiful horse. This horse and done a great job. Kylie very kind on him. So is Greg. The whole Lara J. They're very, very kind on him. She's tapping him a few times. But once she realises he's going to get there, she just actually stops. She stops driving him about here, and yeah, he gets the line right just over the top of Double Helix, and just a terrific horse. He's only a 5-year-old, this horse. He's beautifully bred. He's out of the Kenny family, so he's got plenty going on there. And he's beautifully bred, Lex Williams. I think there's a couple in the sale catalogue coming up, and I'll touch on those in a second. But 61 starts, 19 wins, 11 seconds and 3/3, so 33 times. 260,000 in stakes. The interesting thing about him, I would love to know how many people realise he's only a 5-year-old, and he's just done an awesome job at going from there. David Miles being a pest while I've tried to do a live show. 1 overall has won the Mildura, Horsham, Charlton, Ararat, Maryborough Stall Cups, and the unofficial Geelong Cup and the McNamara Trotters Cup. That's 7 cups this horse has won out of his 19 starts. Does a terrific job. Loves the standing starts. Very, very hard to beat in the stands, and does an awesome job. But yeah, he's a terrific horse. So well done to Connections for him, and he will continue winning, and be interesting. their plans with him if they're going to continue around the cups, because they'll put him off some big handicaps. But he was off 50 yesterday around stall. It's a huge effort for any horse. So, yep, great little trotter. The other trot while I'm on stall was won by a bit of a dreamer, Daryl Douglas and Kim Proctor. Congratulations to you guys by Used to Me, the first of the Used to Me out of My Dream Weaver. Now, I am pretty sure he's a half brother, no, full brother to Don't Care. So, yeah, of course, Don't Care, multiple Group 1 winner as well. So well done to him. Sean O'Hanlon, hello to you, Shawnee. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to call me a legend. But yeah, legend of the camp draft or cutting horse world as well. So must catch up with him at some stage. I'm pretty sure that's the same Shawnee. May not be. Where's this thing? I'll go and see if it's the gentleman I'm thinking of. Yep, that's him. Camp Draft World. So, yep, does a great job. So, got to get some more stuff going on there. Dolby was on the weekend. I wonder if Shawnee was there and purchasing any horses. He possibly could have been. But yeah, if you are watching the Inter-Dominion, get involved. Send some comments on. David Miles will not be getting a phone call because the show just will not. It'll go too long. Rightio, we're going to go back to New Zealand talking trotters now. Don't forget, tomorrow night Over the Ditch and On Loose Lines will be a combined show. Matt Markham's going to be joining me. I was in all sorts of trouble. He will be live with me, and I might try and get Daniel Hibbert on. Debbie, if you're watching, you'll be able to go from there. But yeah, big couple of days of racing. I'm going to go back. I will go back to Addington. Addington on the Friday night with quite a few of the trots. One of the little form races we actually said last week on Over the Ditch was actually Backbend Hope. If he's in the first race, Backbend Hope. He was in the first race 3 times over the weekend. He won 2 of them, so did a great job. They were both with full brother and sisters actually. So Paddy Burke, hopefully the leg's going well. Patrick, good mate of mine as well, so he's on there as well. So hopefully his leg is on the improve and getting there. Continuing to improve. I just got to try and find the races. Here we are. 2-year-old trot was taken out by Empire City. I write little codes for me to push these buttons and don't make it easy on myself. Of course, this is a 2-year-old filly of Volstead out of Liberty City. Phil Williamson trains this horse. Peter Argus, an Australian. A lot of people know Pete, and well done to Pete. They're having a really good time with this filly. She's in front. Nathan Williamson, the goat, is in there driving. 5 starts now, 3 wins, $53,000 in stakes, and does a terrific job to get there. Second was Tyron Eros for Robert and Jenna Dunn. Getting out now, just gets out a little bit late, and then Princess Sadie for Maddie Williamson holds on for third. Going on there, a couple of the other runners that were quite nice. Dreams Pat, Judy J was a good run, did a little bit of work. It will be backing up again next week. They're going to put me down. We couldn't be that lucky. Shawnee McNulty, he had a winner during the week as well, so hello to you, Shawnee, and congratulations as well. If I got everyone on, all my mates, so this will be a very, very big show. But yeah, he, of course, It's Love Me, I think is the name of the horse. I'll get it again later on. While we are going there, Debbie Hibbard is on, so you better tell your son, Deb, that he's got to be on tomorrow night when I get in touch with him. Sonny's sister, I've gone back a little bit further here for this filly. She is running there third last for John Dunn. She's a beautiful horse. She's a head scratcher though, and she can give him a bit of grief. Matty Williamson's out in front on Aurora Kenny, and he kept the speed very, very honest. You can see a lot of these horses. This, of course, is the What the Hill New Zealand Trotting Oaks. But she's a very, very good filly, Sunny's sister. She's Sunday's son's full sister, but she can just get it wrong. She just jumps off stride whenever she wants. And as I said, Matty Williamson was keen to keep them going. Julia Jacker for Brett Gray. I think that's horse behind the leader. I should have looked at this. She's Bella getting out underneath. High energy there for Mark Purdon. Nathan Purdon was actually watching. It's Not Love Me. Thanks, Paul. Shorty, thank you for that. She's Bella gets into third for Dylan Ferguson, but you can just see Johnny Dunn's run up behind them. He's got nowhere to go. Matty Williamson's getting tired. He's like, I've got nowhere, and just watch the way this horse gets up the sprint lane and just runs away from them. She's an unusual little action. She's I love watching her. She must be a fair income head scratcher for him. She didn't gallop. She didn't do anything wrong this time. But yeah, she's got loads and loads of ability, but she can do plenty wrong. But yeah, she's a trotter to keep watching. If you're watching New Zealand trotting, I think she's nominated for the Derby. I will go through those fields on next Sunday. It's a huge meeting. There's 4 Group 1 trotting races on the Sunday as well. So don't forget that, and make sure you get there. Good evening to you, Deb. Just make sure you tell your son that he'll be going there. Akaroa, and the Akaroa Cup was run on Saturday. They don't run too many races on a Saturday in New Zealand. It's a bit of the deal they have, but this horse has really found form for all the connections. I can't find his race, so anyway, it'll be here somewhere. But yeah, he's just really found form. Confessional jumped it off there. You can see he was going to run an easy second. He jumped it off for no reason at all. But yeah, yeah, Oscar Bonavina, I can't find the race, but it definitely was at Akaroa, and he was awesome. I might be on the wrong day. That might be me issue. Don't know, but it's definitely there. And since coming back, has done a brilliant job for connections over there in New Zealand. And the other winner, actually, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. No, because Resolve won the Green Mile, so yeah, wasn't that race? Nope, don't know. Not sure what I've done there. I'm pretty sure that was Akaroa where he won. I did watch. No, it did not. He won the Green Mile. Right. Okay, so Oscar Bonavita beat Murray and Avros Majesty. There was actually a dead heat, I think, for second. Yep, 9.77 metres. And then Resolve won a bit later on for Paul Nan. Just got to... Oh, what have I done here? Definitely one. This horse is going around in a couple of the other feature trots as well later in the week. I've just made a meal of my New Zealand form. That's Oscar Bonavina, sorry, jumping off there. So that's okay. So I've got Oscar Bonavina. I've got to find Resolve and where this horse won at, so as I can tell you about the other horses. But I was... Okay, maybe what we'll do this. We'll pump... Oh, Resolve won at Addington. Well, that's so much easier, and it's stepping up. Sorry about all that. That's the horse widest in the red shadow roll with the red hood with the red ears for Paul Nan. This is a really nice trotter, and it's going around in one of the feature races, one of the mares trotting races on Sunday. Hence the reason I wanted to show it. Paul Nan does a terrific job with his trotters, and this horse was able to get up and beat Muscle Bank right on the line. Robbie Close and Tommy Bamford, and then I Dream of Jeannie. But yeah, Bobby Butt in the cart, and managed to get the chockies. And yeah, another horse to follow. Do apologise for all of that. I had all the videos. I just got myself a little bit out of whack with where those horses were. But of course, what's his name? Oscar Bonavina won the Green Mile, one of the feature races. It was a Dancing in the Dark M feature races at Akaroa on Sunday. There was 2 of those races, and yeah, he was able to win that over the mile, and he's doing an awesome job going through his classes there. So what I will do, just very quickly, don't have to be quickly, I can go as slow as fast as I like, if you like, but these are the nominations, if you like, for these feature races. There's $110,000 2-year-old trotting fillies with high step taking on Empire City. Karaka Freya started favourite the other day on the grass for the Hopes. The 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings bring on the muscles. Tyrol Eros ran second the other day. Father Time Dreams Pat. Look to the stars as a horse for Mark and Nathan Burton. They go from the bottom up in Australia, if you're not sure about it. Clyde Little, hello to you, Clyde. They go from the bottom up if you're looking at these noms for the first time. This is the King of the North New Zealand Trotting Derby. Not as promised, as I said, bottom up, so you'll see there, not as promised as the first horse in. High Energy, Nathan Purdon and Mark Purdon. Walking on Sunshine galloped, got interfered with and galloped the other day. Gold Bullion for Bobby Butt. Confessional got a lot of ability. He galloped when he was going to run second to Oscar Bonavina. Flying Without Wings, Sunny Sister at the minute is backing up into the the Derby. She's Bella, of course, racing the Oaks as well. There's plenty going on there. Bet and Win won recently. Aurora Kenny led up in that race. A Hill Too Many was a horse that I showed for the What the Hills horse. Even a horse like Stick Jewel that probably won't get in it. It's got a lot of ability, a lot of high speed, may not make the field. And then the Livermore New Zealand Trotting Free for All $110,000 Group 1 event. Oscar Bonavina takes on Majestic Man, Love in the Port, Time Up the Hill, and there's Resolve, Smoke and Bander, Mystic Max, Eurocash, and they go on and on and on. Going to be some great racing, so make sure that you're ready to go for, or keep an eye on, don't want that again, Sunday's racing. It'll be this Sunday. I'll be there. Campbell's Comments will be there, so make sure you keep an eye on it and go from there. If there's huge races, some good fields. Millwood Nike's going around 80 by the Hill. Merlin, Don't Stop Dreaming, Ohaka Connor, Franco Sinatra in the Derby. That's the, what's that, $250,000 pacing Derby. Yeah, plenty of great racing going on there as well, plus a Summer Cup free-for-all, which sees a return of Self Assured, which means Gene Feast will be over there, so hopefully I'll be able to catch up with Gene and going along. So that is actually all of my highlights for the week, all of the runners. Don't forget, I should have actually had these ones up probably earlier. The nutrient sales, and there are the updated sales dates, start at Tasmania on the 26th of January, Brisbane on the 11th of February, Sydney on the 10th of March, Bathurst the 24th of March, and then the 14th of April is the Melbourne sales series. And to coincide with that is the Rich Nutrient Equine Classic Race Series, which will be run at Tabcorp Park on April 13. $1.25 million in stakes on offer. $75,000 2-year-old Trotters events, $150,000 3-year-old trotting events. The paces are $250,000 for the 2-year-olds and $150,000 for the 3-year-olds. It's going to be a super day of racing. That is April 13, so that'll be all coincides right through to the sale. So make sure if you've got a 2-year-old trotter in work and you've bought it from the Nutrient Equine Sales Classic, you are eligible for $75,000 single sex colts and fillies, $75,000 each, and the same for the trotters. So yep, a huge amount of money on offer there. And for my New Zealand friends also, the New Zealand Standardbred sale is up on 18th of February. We will be at Karaka, and then the 20th and 21st at Christchurch. The catalogue is there as well. Go to nzbstandardbred.co.nz, and I actually thought I was being rude there, but if you want a catalogue at all, give me a yell. I do have some here, or you can contact the guys. I'm sure that, yep, nzb.co.nz, and they'll be able to send you one out there as well. Auntie Raccoon, Auntie Rook, I'll go with. Hello, you mate. Good to see you on there, and hopefully you are well as well. I think that is about all. Mark Hughes will be joining me from Woodlands tomorrow night. He'll be joining us on the show as well, so we'll get him involved. Lauren White, congratulations to Lauren White getting her first winner as a driver at Ballarat the other night. The 20-year-old daughter of Bill White, Nathan McGowan. Hello to you, Nath. Of course, Ian White, sorry, Bill White's the grandfather. Ian White, I'm sure he was a pretty proud dad, but he's of course the secretary of the VSTA, so congratulations to those guys as well. We've got plenty of people on. I could actually, we might go back to last week and just see who actually did win. If you've got any more trotting news, any more favourite trotting highlights from the Inter-Dominions, please let us know, and we'll go from there. Now, I know Globe Derby have been having a heap of trot races. A lot of people aren't aware of this, and they're doing a great job over there with their trotters. And Sir Ed took out the High Gain Circulan Pro Trotters Handicap, race number 1. Prize money is not that great there, but at least they're putting on plenty of trot races. Buckles for David Smith and Ingrid Smith. They took out the first 2. Peter Brown second and third there. Buckles by Sebastian Kay, a 4-year-old that comes across here. Jenny Gallagher, hello to you. Cash Affair, that's not a trot. That's hang on, we'll go back to that. that's a bit mean how they do that to me from time to time. Aldebaran Dexter. So this is one of these horses. He's been over there for a while. So his winning form started back in August. So he got his confidence up. He won one in this. No, where has he been? So he won a couple June, July. But then since then he come back over here. And he won the Lang Trot. He won the he ran second in the What the Hill at Woodlands in September. Got to look after his sponsors. He won the Lang Trot heats and final. Then he's gone back to Globe Derby and he's won another 3 races since then. So he's been doing a terrific job. Aldebaran Dexter for all involved over there. I reckon there was one other trot. Yep, Trotters Mobile. There's one Pies Riding Shotgun. There's another horse that continually seems to get into my category there as well. So yeah, he did a pretty awesome job as well there. So well done to them. Horsham Trots. There'll be no trots at Goulburn, unfortunately. The Woodlands, What the Hill at Woodlands, heir apparent by creatine for Kenny Tippett. Congratulations, Kenny. Beat My High Peak and Capaya. Running in second and third. And I don't think we have to worry about too many of those other ones. Albion Park on the Tuesday. Of course, there'll be trots this Tuesday. 2-year-old Trotters stepped out. I Can Do It by What the Hill. Didn't see that one. Congratulations. I think that horse has won a race before. No, that's its first win. So congratulations to Pete and Chantel Turpin with I Can Do It, beating Sister Katie and Snow Van Dover. So that's his first win up there. So great for him. And there was one other trot there. It's All and Over by Andover Hall, Graham Dwyer. He's having a great run. Alanon and Natty Pagger. He'll be, of course, in New Zealand. So someone would have been... no, he wouldn't have been in New Zealand then because the horse didn't fly until the Wednesday. Menangle on the Tuesday as well. Pharisee for Carl Edridge. Will Rickson. I see Will Rickson brought up his, I think it was 500th winner. Chief Running Cloud and Mocha Fantasy. And Affair de Cover by Love You out of Nagala Bites for Troy Williams. Doing a good job. Troy Williams, of course, is also... he's the opposite equivalent. He's the... whatever it is, the New South Wales, anyway, New South Wales Trotters Association. That's what it is, New South Wales Trotters Association. Echuca's meeting was banned and Mildura's meeting was banned because of the wet weather. Going through there, this was these fast tracks. Ebony's Avenger jumped to the front, got the cash over Aldebaran Demi and El Racimo. Was a good win, actually, Aldebaran, that horse there. Did see that one. Thursday night, Yarra Valley, there was a few people went to, oh yeah, congratulations to Annalise Scott with Mojito Madness and the Jamison boys beating Cyclone Lebron and Majestic Jewel. And here it is here, Majestic Mover for Chris Lang, Johnny Caldo in the cart. Sonia Marr would have took that horse there, beating Freestar and Aussie Muscle for Kyle Marshall. Kyle's getting quite a few trotters. There was actually another trot there as well with Twixton for David Aiken. He's having a great run, Aiken. Beating Medina Sky and High in the Sky as well. That was at Yarra Glen. Bendigo was Breeders' Crown Night, and we had the 2-year-old Silver taken out by April Sun. This horse was having its first start in a race for the Landers and Lights. Done a terrific job. I was going to try and catch up with them if I can. Let a Merry Dance was well backed. There was plenty of support there for that horse to get the chockies as well. And Julie did. And then Kai Valley Amanda for Brett Lilly and Chris Alford beat Rapid Return and Mucho Man. One of those horses got relegated because of the galloping there. Actually, there's one other trot as well. The Harasti Trotters Handicap was won by Star Down Under. Wish Upon a Dream for Rebecca Morrissey. She was on there a little bit earlier, Bex. And Maestro bred by a mate of mine in Dennis Bice. We did the Inter-Dominion heats. And we didn't do Charlton. There's a couple of trots at Charlton. Mini Mez for Michelle White. Troublesome Horse, another for the Sky Valley. He's had a couple of winners this week, Sky Valley. Beat the Vickers Girl and Stella Strut. And the Northwest Ag Services was won by Sunny Boy Jack Sullivan. The Landers actually bred that horse. They don't no longer in it. Solander's Pride. So that mare's had 2 winners this week. 2 winners for the week. Solander's Pride, April Sun, Carbine. Carbine, that's a great little name. So Sunny Boy, April Sun, and now Carbine. There's one for people to look out in that same family. Beat Hurricane Jane and Glen Gareth as well. And Ballarat, we know there was a couple at Ballarat. Miss Royalty for Lauren White, took out race number 1 by I'm Stately, beat Elderbaron Bell and Perseverance for Jonathan O'Connor. Now, there was another trot there. It's Not Love Me, Sean McNulty and James Herbertson. First time I mentioned James' name on a trotter this week. Elderbaron Anton and Tikuiti Kitty, I'll go with. Don't like those names. I reckon people do those to make it hard for me. And the Elusive Homes Bacchus Marsh Trotters Cup was won by Barlini for Ashley Ainsworth, beat Paris Jamil and Girls Got Flair. That was a good race. He got out at late. I actually watched that race. He got out late and was able to get the chockies there. So of course the Ainsworths, I think, do a terrific job with their horses, as do so many other people in the industry. We got to keep singing their praises. We went to Stall. I did the 2 winners at Stall, and we'll have a quick look at Melton today because Mildura's racing tonight. I wonder if that's that same meeting that's been re-handicapped. The Highland Colours Mares Trot was won by Elderbaron Demi, Chris Finozio, Ben Zira in the sulky, beat Freemarks Tilly and Spirited Lass. And I don't know if there was another trot or not yet. There was. There's a 3-year-old maiden trot. It was won by Avant-Garde for Ross Sugars and James Herbertson by Used to Me. Beat Silver Spoon and Claudie's Secret as well. So it's a bit of a quick wrap through most of the winners for the week. I really appreciate everyone that gets involved in the show. Please, if you had any questions or anything like that, get involved. If you want something to promote, make sure you get involved with me as well. Thanks to my sponsors as well. Harassed Trotters, of course, Standing, EL Titan, Honor Street, Classic Connection, Used to Me, Always Ready, and Un Solitaire. And then also the team at Woodlands, who have got Better's Delight, Down by the Seaside, Speeding Spur, Sweet Lou, and What the Hill, standing in New Zealand, American Ideal, and Lather Up here in Victoria in conjunction with Lower Long Farms. Interesting thing, this is a trotting show. Better's Delight, Down by the Seaside, Sweet Lou, Speeding Spur, and What the Hill, all left trotting winners. Not sure about Speeding Spur. Not sure if they're as old and old enough to race yet. Should know that, but not 100% sure on that one. So yeah, but anyway, rightio, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much to the team from the team Talking Trotters for What the Hill and the team from Woodlands. Make sure you go to woodlandsstud.co.nz. I've got to fix that one up as well for all your needs from the team at Woodlands Stud. Go there and get involved. And Mark Hughes, of course, at woodlandsstud.co.nz. He's going to be on there as well. Paddy Burke is on there. I've got to tell you his dad joke. I'll tell you his dad joke if he's still on there. So went shopping the other day and I got mugged by 6 dwarfs. Not happy. And I'll leave you with that one, and it'll probably make Paddy's day. So that could be my joke for the week. But or one of those more random ones that Pat gives me. He's got too much time on his hands. Hopefully the leg gets better and he's out of that chair soon and he gets better jokes than that one. But thank you very much. And yeah, I'll be back talking Trotters next Monday night, I believe. Abby Sanderson, hello to you, Abs. And Talking Trotters will be back next Monday night when I get home from New Zealand before Queensland. So there'll be plenty to chat about. As I said, stay tuned to Campbell's comments tomorrow night for Over the Ditch and also on Loose Lines. Arriving in Brisbane Thursday. Can't wait for the next 2 Saturdays nights of trotting. Good luck to you, Mark. I'm going to New Zealand for Grand Prix Day. Can't wait to be there for the Trotting Derby. Good 2-year-old races plus the free for all for the Trotters, plus plenty of other, the Derby, the Pacing Derby as well. But I will be in in Queensland the following Wednesday. I'll be there. I'm going to catch up with as many participants as I can. That's been brought to you by the team at Nutrien, getting me out and about, making sure that people are aware of what's going on as well. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, and give it a follow. And I will be back next Monday night talking Trotters. Go from there. So hopefully you get a winner this week, and we'll be back next week.
Side, yes, Mickey, with less than a 16th to go. What the Hill, a short lead. Lindy the Great to the inside. Yes, Mickey, coming to the wire. It's What the Hill, and David Miller winning the
Pocket sitter turned first over attacker What the Hill. And behind them, Dover Dan from in third. International Money still got work to do. They're in deep stretch, and here comes What the Hill. And Miller on the outside. What the Hill converting off the pocket trip to win the Canadian Trotting Classic. He won it by 3 going away. It's What the Hill.
Third, 3/4, 124 and 2 into the stretch. Looks like a Chippendale appears to be on the verge. Crazy Wild trying to fend him off. Room at the rail for What the Hill. He's raging late. And in heavy traffic is Pinkman on the far outside. Dason trying to close in. But off the rail comes What the Hill, the 3-year-old. What the Hill to seal his division. What the Hill. Then Dason. And then it was Pinkman third and Mambo Lindy fourth. What the Hill in